Hey guys, Volvo Victor here with Hunter Volvo of Hendersonville, North Carolina again. Just going over a few things. I'm in an S60 Cross Country 2018. It will still work for the 2017 models until the redesign comes out. But this is what the current dashboard looks like. So I want to go over some things today, helping out with understanding the dashboard. Let me see if I can get my camera. I'm doing this on my Galaxy Note 8. Ooh, zoomed in too far. Alright, that works because this is where we'll be focusing mainly. So if you notice, I've got the Volvo XC60 Cross Country on the MY17 platform still. As of 10/19 of 2017, we haven't seen a redesign yet for the 60s on the MY18 platform, which is your model year 18. Want to go over some things. So here's your speed gauge here. Your tactometer, I guess would be the correct term for it. Right here is part of the, if your vehicle is equipped, and this could be for an S60, an XC60 of model year 17, or a V60 Cross Country, or an XC90 of before the model year 15s that came out with the new design. What I want to do here is talk about some of the things that are going on. So if your vehicle is equipped with what's called road sign information. Road sign information reads out the road signs and can tell you what speed limits are coming up. Now, they have this in the model year 18, and they can get a little more intuitive, such as school zones or anything else with that matter. Keep losing focus here. So one of the things that I like to talk to my customers about is the great purpose of this is in case you're on the road, and a road that you're unfamiliar with, and you suddenly lose track of where you are or what speed limit you are, you can look down right where you see the speed at and see what the miles per, or the speed limit sign is for. Now, if you notice where the 50 mark is on the tactometer, you're going to notice a red hash mark. That red hash mark is letting you know where it's at. If it was a different speed, the red hash would change. You can change this to where it doesn't show that if it bothers you. You can also disable that road sign information system. Now on the left-hand side over here, you're going to notice that there is a temperature gauge. That gauge there, for those of you who don't know what that means, some people call it the little sailboat, some people call it a thermostat in water. What it is, it's the temperature of your engine. You want it to be in the center. If it starts getting too high, you're getting your engine starting to heat up. If it's too low, your engine's still starting to warm up. Below that, you'll see gas per hour, the outside temperature. I've got my trip meter there. On the right, you'll see a gas tank. That's how many miles to the gallon or miles to the tank left that's on there. My range and my time currently. Time is 4:59. You also have your RPMs per minute by 1,000. So it would be like an odometer at this point. In the S60s, the XC60s, and in the V60, both series, cross country and standard, you're going to notice this kind of layout. Now, going over here, you can see I'm showing you the stick here. I'm going to try to back out the zoom. Here we go. You have a wheel. You can rotate this wheel, and what it does is just change the information now. On my right-hand side, I no longer have that. I'll change it back, but the range, and it changes down to my kilometers per hour. That's the European design. It also got rid of the trip here for you. It's just showing the current odometer reading. If I turn it down one more time, it makes it a nice smooth design. So if you wanted to have a full screen with not too much clutter, that's the way to do it. Right there. On the left hand side is the gas level. Looks like I need some gas in this vehicle. On the right hand side is where and what gear and what your shifter is in. Now, in some of the older Volvos, they used to have a light here on the shifter showing which one you were in. We didn't really see that effective, nor do we want you looking that far down away from the road. It's a safety standpoint. You know, Volvo is all about safety. To turn the wheel again, it's going to bring me my average miles per hour. So it's saying that my miles per hour that I can get by range is 4. However, my miles per gallon is 7.5. I'm just been sitting here. So at idle, it's not doing too hot, and it gives me my trip 1, and then it's back to the same screen we started at before. Also, if you have any information that shows up on the screen, say any set messages, so I could say if I open the door, it's showing me which seat is currently unbuckled, and what door is open. It's a nice feature that Volvo's got. If you've got kids that don't want to put their seatbelts on, it's really easy to tell which one's doing it with this feature. But anyway, if you have an information here, oil level, this door, or something, and you don't want to see it and you want to play around with the settings, there's the OK right here. You're going to press that OK. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to show it to you on the screen what happens. It just acknowledges that you know that the information's there. If I push that OK again, I come into this screen here, oil level. In the new Volvos, you have a electronic meter. There's no longer a dipstick. Also, you have service status. It'll tell you when your next service appointment needs to be. You can set and reset the trip computer. Any messages, so it says I got one, and I guarantee you it's about the door, so it brings back the message for me. If I press OK, it's going to automatically, I'm sorry, if I press back, the back button is this one right here, or reset. So if I press that, it'll reset back to that. So, and then themes. This is a pretty interesting setup. A lot of people get kind of confused with it. But it's more for looks than anything. It does not change your drive mode and any standing, even while driving. So by pushing in OK, I'm in between elegance. It's what I am now. It's got that brownish look. It may look orange on the video, but it is brown. Going down to eco, it changes everything to green. It also changes, instead of the thermostat, now I've got an eco guide based on how I'm driving. That's going to change up and down. Also, I am at, let me turn those lights back up so you can see what I'm doing here. I also have performance. Performance is a red look. The nice thing about performance, I tell my customers if they're kind of having a trouble with the digital gauge, you can see the temperature gauge is over there again. It's still half. It's just the way the camera's sitting. And then I got power. Power is about as much throttle response as I'm giving to it, and depending. So if I give it some gas, RPMs go up, power goes up. Now that yellow bar at the bottom, as I start driving around, it's going to then show me the ratio of how much engine output I'm putting towards power. So it just cleared screen, and I just let it sit there and time out for too long. But anyway, I'm going to go down to performance and select this. This is what this would look like if you were driving around. It still has the roadside information, as well as it has the car in the center. The car in the center is useful for its lane keeping aid, as well as when you set cruise control, my car lengths. I can change my car lengths, and I'll show you how to do this in just a moment. But it's showing if the car was in front of me, 1 car length, 2 car lengths, 3, 4, and 5 car lengths. We've got that there, and then I can just press the cruise control. I'm doing all this right here. Minus car lengths, plus car lengths, set plus and minus on the cruise control, and resume. Again, cruise control turning on. So if I press it again, turns that off, brings the car back to normal. Push it again, turns it back on. Now, I'm going to see if I can back away. If I push this button here, it's shortening the lengths, making them longer. Minus and plus, it's not going to do anything because I'm not moving, I'm just sitting in the parking lot here. And then resume speed for my cruise control. Now, one thing I want to point out is that when you're in cruise, you see the left-hand side went from temperature to cruise. And it's showing it I'm at 0 miles per hour. If I was driving, it would show what I was locked into, but keep the screen here clear and free. You also have the cruise icon there at the bottom. Whoops. There we go. You can kind of see it right under the road sign. So yeah, so I usually, in my own S60 I drive around, it's a 14 and it has this same design, but I do this so that I can see the digital gauge faster, and I don't have to keep down and look for any reason. Now I am normally used to an analog gauge. Not sure what's going on my phone here. There we go. However, it's just easier and simple for me to do it this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn cruise off. And that's how that goes. Now, if I wanted to, again, push that OK button on the left stick, and you've got themes. You also have contrast mode. This is pretty nice to have. You can change the contrast to not as bright and a darker screen. Color themes, I can change. Whoops. So in contrast, it's going to be the best contrast efficiency, so I can see everything versus color. It's going to change the color and be more vibrant in color. So there's just some things. Let's see, if I go into here, it shows I need every 10 months left. It's usually your service to typical services. Once every 12 months or every 10,000 miles. It's great. We do that because our engines are that efficient with oil, so it helps with full synthetic. You do need full synthetic, guys. If you use regular oil, you're hurting the car and really causing yourself more money than need be. Going back, I can do trip reset if I wanted to. It shows the first trip versus the second trip miles, or reset both. And then any information and message, we've gone over that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in elegance. I'm actually going to stop here at eco and show you the eco mode. If you put in cruise control again, notice how it does not change the left-hand side for eco guide. Just wanted to point that out there. It is something that is different. You only see that in the R design, or not in the R design, the performance mode. Going back, once again, I'm going to do this here and go into elegance. And I've got the temperature, and I've hit cruise control to turn that on, and once again, you don't see it there. So if you like seeing that cruise on the opposite side versus being on the actual gauge here to show you where your cruise is locked, you'll have to be in performance theme for that. Now, those themes, again, do not change the car's aspect of engine ratio or engine tuning, gear ratio, throttle response, and steering force. The car does that by shifting the car over when you go into drive and into sport. Now, in sport, you see over here on the numbers, it's on the RPMs, it has an S. That means I can drive as an automatic and I'll have a tip. The plus and minus options are there. If you're going downhill, or if you want that sportier drive, all you do is tilt forward, and now I've gone up in gear. It's saying second gear. Tilt back, I'm in first gear. So you understand, tilt forward to go up, tilt back to go down. And then if I don't want to drive like that anymore, all I have to do is go out to D. You see that the S becomes back to white, and it goes back to normal drive. If I put it back into sport to have a sportier feel, it then just shows sport regularly. That's the only way to do it. I hope it's able to answer some questions for anyone, and I hope it's helpful. Again, I'm the Volvo Victor, and my name is Victor over here at Hunter Volvo of Hendersonville, North Carolina. Also Volvo of Asheville. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment below. Subscribe if you like, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on rolling.